year after year, you're like, you know, you join the gym in the beginning of the year, they say within 3 weeks, this is statistics, people are not following up. Within 3 weeks, most of your goals you don't do. See, I'll read the Quran every day, I'll exercise half an hour, I'll cook a good meal twice a week for my family, أي حاجة. Anything, your goals, usually within 3 weeks, you're starting like this. And a lot of things happen inside you. You get depressed, you get upset, you get into the guilt pattern. But more than that, forget about the psychological issue. You didn't get your goal. And year after year, and actually you can stay 20 years later saying, I had wanted to read that book. I had wanted to learn piano. I wanted to learn French. So now again, why don't they happen? I mean, you might have the will, you might have the skills, you might have all the support. Let's say your husband says, yes, you can go to the gym. Yes, pay for the gym. Yes, we let you off the time and go. Everything. That's the support, the money can. And you have the will. And the process is there. There's a gym really next to you. But it doesn't happen. Anything you have set to yourself to do. The books are right there, you have them. Like before you say, I don't have access, I don't have money to buy the book. Let's assume you have everything. And they still don't have it. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Because most of us don't recognize why they don't have it. We just know they don't have it. So it is fear of success. I'm not even going to talk about fear of failure. I just want to talk about fear of success. Because it is much, much, much stronger. And the reason I put that big what in red is because you're going to say, what? Of course not. Of course I want to be the manager of the department. Of course I want to weigh 70 kilos. She's crazy. Of course I want to exercise. But it is fear of success, actually. Let's think about it. When you really think about it, you will find there's something going on inside you that you don't want it to have to reach that. Or else you would have done it. Because we just said you have the willpower, you have the skill, you have the tools, you have everything to let it happen. So why isn't it happening? That's the big question. Why isn't it happening? And we have a lot of fears of success. Some of them are since our primitive time, they're in our bodies, and some of them we are acquiring from our families and the community or the culture we're in. So what could those be like? The way to know is you ask yourself questions like, if I become such and such, then what will happen? And I actually want you to write that. I want each of you to think of one goal you want to do this year. And the question would be something like this. If I am now tomorrow 70 kilos, what will happen? Then what happens? Or if I am the manager of the department, wherever you're working, or if tomorrow somehow by some genie, my company earns, 3 million sales or 2 million sales, or whatever you're dreaming of, you're working every day planning to reach, then what will happen? Just the first thought that comes to you. If I get to that, wait, what happens? If I get to that goal, what happens? If I reach it, whatever. And I want you to just answer that question first. What happens if you reach the goal? Then what? And I don't want you to think a lot, I just want to see the first reaction. Because that is the truth, that's the writing on your wall. That's what your mind is saying all the time and flashing, and we'll be discussing about it. Or the question could be for you, I can't do such and such because. Could be not that one, it could be the other one. It's also about success. So it could be, I can't reach such and such because I don't know enough people. I don't have the network. I'm not rich enough to start. You have to be rich to start. Whatever. I can't lose the weight because I'm over 50. No, everybody knows after 50 you can't lose weight. So it could be that. Yeah. Okay?
After 35, after 50.
After 20, after 10, I don't know. But none of that is a fact.
The set point is good enough.
So they're called limiting beliefs anyway. These are called limiting beliefs. Can everybody see? Limiting beliefs are things that are not really, really facts. They're not facts. There is a woman who's 70 who lost weight. There is a person who didn't have the connections and made a big business. So if there's one person that did it, then they're not a fact. They're not the sun comes out of the east and the sun does this. They're not 1 and 1 equals 2. Those are the facts. They're not how many hours it takes the earth to revolve or whatever. Those are facts. Those are not facts, they're just called limiting beliefs. In Arabic, أفكار الدين. They limit you. And you believe them, they're called beliefs, you believe them and you settle. Everybody knows it's hard to make business in Egypt after the revolution. So you have an excuse. Everybody knows in Egypt, nobody believes in this energy stuff that you're doing. You're not going to make a business out of it. Who's going to pay? You're crazy. Nobody has jobs. Okay. My business is thriving. So they're just afkar hadith. That's what they are, beliefs that are not fact that affect your behavior. Whether you know it or not. They're in the back of your mind. And in our work, we call them, they're in your subconscious, as if they are a TV screen. And it is sending the message all day long. So you're sitting working, writing the offer letter to the company you want to do business with. And you're thinking, but it's too hard. Nobody's buying in Egypt now. It's not going to happen. You know, it's like telling you all this. So you're doing the half job. So you call once, they don't answer, no, it wasn't going to matter. It wasn't going to buy anyway. Because it's telling you that anyway. And it's exactly the thing with everything else. Like your diet, whatever you're talking about. Okay? What else? Limiting beliefs operate in such a way as to sabotage your efforts. That's exactly what they do. Sabotage means, I don't know in Arabic exactly, but they don't allow you to go on. Sabotage is the word they suppress you. It's the French word. Actually, sabotage, I remember, but sabotage is even worse than tahbit. Sabotage is actually the French word for, they say, yeah, they put the French people used to put the shoes inside the machine so the machines would not work. That's how they sabotage you. They stop you. They just stop you from going on. So I'm laughing because Shafi in the beginning of the revolution described that word, sabotage, and he explained it in French. So anyway, so what do they sound like? We have to recognize them, that's the first thing. If you're not recognizing your limiting beliefs, how are you going to deal with them? If you're not knowing what's being said here in the recorder, how are you going to deal with them?